Your mind floods with excuses as soon as you hear about investing, or you're as blank as a plain paper. Then don't go away. This video is for you. Hola, my name is Luto Siame, and welcome to the channel where we normalize conversations about abundance, fighting poverty, and breaking the ceiling, and thereby showing you what's possible out there. Stay tuned. Today's focus worms around real estate investment, CEC's renaissance, Airtel's unending dividends, as well as the future of bonds and treasury bills in Zambia. So, in today's video, we'll aim at killing two birds with one stone, as this video will also serve as a launch pad for us forecasting into what's going to happen in the second half of 2025. Before we dive any further and launch into the deep, just allow me to share with you some of the tips I've been using on the stock market in Zambia, because I believe investing should be simple, but at the end of the day, you have to do your own due diligence. One, simple. Follow the Lusaka Stock Exchange Facebook page for quick updates on daily updates on the market in terms of which shares gained in share price versus the ones that lost. Number two, being part of a community of people who are motivated will push you and it will help you not to lose momentum. So the third tip I can give is join a community of like-minded investors. Though this third one is for serious people, and even though our WhatsApp community started as a class, it's now moved into a billionaires club sort of arrangement. Yes, so we still motivate each other, but it's no longer a class because most of the members have learned the basics and now they share insights and strategies on how they're investing and in what other places to invest in. So as earlier mentioned, the latter costs you 100 kwacha to be part of the community. Someone might ask, what's the fastest way to turn from a tenant to a landlord? I'm glad you asked. The Lusaka Stock Exchange has at least 20 listed companies, and one of them is a company called Real Estate Investment Zambia. So a REIT is a company that owns and manages income-generating properties like shopping malls, office spaces, and warehouses through funds raised from its shareholders, and then it pays out profits known as dividends, similar to how shares work or the stock market works. So it affords investors a more accessible way to invest in the local property market. If we take a closer look at Ray's portfolio, you find that it's a company that owns 11 properties across Zambia, with notable names such as Arcade Shopping Center, Lewanika Shopping Mall, Jacaranda Shopping Mall in Dola, and Acacia Park right here in Lusaka. Altogether, these properties represent over 95,000 square meters of rentable space, not those 20 by 30 that we fight for in 10 miles. And its total portfolio jumped from $31 million to $108 million in just 1 year. So these guys are doing something right. Quick question. Have you noticed how modern Arcades is looking these days? It's the new place to be. Ray's recently renovated the shopping center, slashing vacancies and tripling monthly income. That upgrade alone paid for itself in 3 years and now delivers a 10% net yield. The prospects of real estate investment in Zambia include, but are not limited to, the following. They have a short-term goal of reaching $500 million by 2027 in terms of property value, and in the long term, they aim to reach $1 billion. How can you take advantage of these looming opportunities? I'm glad you asked. You guys keep asking the right questions. I just want to be like you when I grow up. This is listed as one of the companies and it goes for around $0.09, which is roughly 2 kwacha. So at the moment, it's the only company that's listed in dollars, meaning they're playing a different ball game. And yeah, you should join them and jump on ship while it's still very affordable. Now it's my turn to ask a question. Where can you own stadiums, shopping centers, office spaces, and warehouses without the stress of chasing around tenants to pay, but enjoying the money as an Oga landlord at only 2 kwacha? Jump on Raise before it gets too expensive. Next, we jump into CEC's comeback. I feel like CEC is having a seasonal comeback like Manchester United does, and CEC was on its last legs of its relationships with its shareholders. In the fourth quarter of 2024, up to the first quarter of 2025, it recently poured back some love into its company, and we saw that the share price now bounced from 13 kwacha per share to about 23 kwacha per share in the last 3 months. In context, it means if you owned 1,000 shares in CEC, without you even praying for rains, your capital gain of 10 kwacha would have resulted in 10,000 kwacha for Mahala. Airtel has so far paid out dividends to its shareholders in each quarter this year. The first one was on January 16th, the next one was on May 12th, and the last one was on July 9th. That translates to 3 dividend payments already in 2025 alone. Its share price is shooting for the stars and is currently pegged at 100 kwacha per share. You may wish to note that the tax deduction on dividends for local investors is 0. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the future of bonds and treasury bills in Zambia. If you don't like money, you're on the wrong channel. You might do well to take your leave now. Very few things hit as much as something hitting your bank account or receiving an email notification from the investor portal for your bond coupon payments. So similar to shares, in bonds, what happens is every 6 months you get a payout or a payment called a coupon. So now picture a situation where you don't have to solely rely on your monthly salary, but you receive coupons every month. You don't even have to invest every month. Even just 6 bonds are enough, because let's say you buy your first bond in December, you'd be getting paid in July and December of every year. Then you buy another bond in January, you'd be getting paid in August and January. You buy another bond in February, you'd be getting paid in September and February. You just keep doing the same thing for like 3 months in a row. You'd find that you have you have coupon payments every single month. Who don't want such problems? Like where coupons keep coming but you don't know where to take the money. That's what we talk about on this channel. It's abundance. If you look at nature, God doesn't do things small. Look at the grains of sand. There are a lot. Look at the clouds in the sky. Look at the sky itself. It's plenty. Like nature is so grand, so abundant. Water is abundant too. So why should we think limited? Let's think abundance. It's possible. So in Zambia, treasury bills simply run for a period of 3 months to 1 year, whereas the government bonds run for a period of 2 years to 15 years. So for treasury bills, we're simply saying these are short term, whereas bonds are long term. And then obviously the thing that's long term will have more yield and more profit compared to something that's short term, but you can still invest in both. So earlier I mentioned that there are no tax deductions when it comes to shares, but when it comes to bonds and treasury bills, there's a tax deduction of 15%, which the Ministry of Finance is proposing to increase from 15 to 20%. So that simply means if you were to receive a 10,000 as a coupon payment, at present you'd lose 15% of that coupon. In future, when the proposal of 20% is agreed and approved, it would simply mean instead of you losing a 1.5 from that 10,000, you'd now lose like a 2,000. So for them, they'll say it's not necessarily losing because they'll still invest in the country, but as an investor, it's a loss because that money is money that you'd have also used to invest in other places. While this may discourage many potential investors, we wait to see how this proposal will play out. In conclusion, my recommendation is to number 1, jump on real estate investment Zambia shares while the share price only costs you $0.09 or 2 kwacha per share, and ride the wave share price eventually gains. Number 2, CEC is still very affordable with its share price currently at 23.7 kwacha per share. And Airtel is likely to keep paying out more dividends because its money does grow on trees, so they lie to you as kids. I should add that the share price of Airtel is currently at 100 kwacha per share. So it's up to you to weigh the option whether 100 kwacha per share for Airtel is worth the investment. That solely relies on you. Then the increment on the withholding tax on government bonds from 15 to 20% has not yet been concluded. For government securities with a return of 20% every 6 years on a 15-year bond is still very attractive. Happy investing.